Hello and welcome to Sylvan Miss Designs. This video is the beginner's introduction to resin. Today I'm going to be working with a simple and low-cost resin from Mod Podge. Preparation is hugely important. Always do this in a very well ventilated area or even outdoors, and make sure that you are wearing a mask and disposable gloves. You're going to need a few disposable cups, a stir stick, and a brush or whatever it is that you want to spread your resin with. Here's part number one, the actual resin. This brand uses a straight 1-to-1 ratio. Pour out a bit of the resin into its own separate container. Now here's part number two. This is the hardener. Pour an equal amount of the hardener into another separate cup. Now only after you have measured out the equal parts of your resin and hardener, you'll combine the two. Make sure your surface is completely covered. Something like a silicone mat or even wax paper works great. Anything that the resin can be easily peeled from. Now the fun part. Mixing. Okay, just hang out and stir this for 3 minutes. Again, make sure that you're either doing this outdoors or in a really well ventilated room. You do also want to wear a mask. This stuff really has some strong smells and chemical additives, so you do not want to be inhaling it. Oh my God, that was the longest 3 minutes. Okay, my arm is about to fall off. Anyways, I'm going to do some really small washers, so I'm only going to be using an old paintbrush, but you can use whatever you like. But whatever you do use, be prepared for the possibility that you're going to be throwing it away. Now, I have a cup here off to the side of me with really hot water and a ton of dish soap. So once I'm done, I almost immediately just drop my brush into that and wash it. Washing it right away and wiping it off with a paper towel has saved my brush, but that's not always going to be the case with everything. You can sit here and watch me chase these washers around for a few minutes. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have used a little bit of rolled tape to stick these in place. Now, make sure you're only doing one side at a time. You know, one of the hesitations that I had in using resin was the time and the amount of resin that was actually going to be needed. I had watched several videos where people were suspending their items and pouring massive amounts of resin over their items. Then there was so much resin on the item that it would slide and drip off, and you'd have to keep coming back over and over again to wipe off the drips and make sure there wasn't any bubbles on your surface. Now, truly, resin does take hours and days to fully set. The amount of time and attention that resin seemed to need was extremely daunting and probably the reason that I didn't do this before. Now, personally, I'm using just a light coating, and that's sufficient for this decorative item that I'm going to be working with. However, if you are going to be doing something like a coaster or something for outdoors, you might want to consider a thicker coat or second or third layers. Okay, here we go. That's it. That is totally it. Now, this just needs to sit for a full 24 hours to really be handled. Honestly, there is really no rushing this. Make sure that you have a place already set aside when you've started the project, because again, your piece is going to need at least 24 hours to make sure that it's dry to the touch, and then at least 3 days, if not as many as 7 full days, to be considered really fully cured. I really hope that I've been able to showcase just how simple resin certainly can be, and I know it's intimidating, but honestly, it does not have to be. Take a moment, stop and drop me a comment if you did decide to try it for yourself, because I would love to hear how it went. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. If you did make it this far, please don't forget to subscribe for more tips, tricks, and some soothing dot art creation. Thanks so much. Take care.